What is up, Skeptic Nation? Today we are featuring a conservative voice, which obviously means it's a racist white man. Wait, did you say it's not? Today we are featuring a conservative by the very clever and ingenious pseudonym, the Black Lex Luthor, a play at the conservative nature of the comic book antagonist. He speaks out on important issues like politics, social issues, and Black Lives Matter, and he has a lot of great points to make. So, welcome with us, the Black Lex. Also, check out his fucking YouTube channel. Because I would only feature people whose YouTube videos that I like, and we have only featured people with YouTube videos that I like, because I'm in control of this show. It's my show! Never mind, no it's not. Hello?
What's going on, boss?
Nothing much, what's up with you?
Man.
Let's see. I'm supposed to ask if you'd like to introduce yourself to our huge, wide audience.
Cool. Well, I'm known as the Black Lex Luthor. I'm not really that anonymous, though. Like, my actual one is on my website. But I kind of try to keep that separate. Mm-hmm. But basically what I'm trying to do, and what, some friends have been talking about, is just trying to bring a more view to politics, social, race, religion, things of that nature.
The good stuff. I love the name Black Lex Luthor, by the way.
And you know where I got that from, though?
Huh.
Interestingly enough, I don't know if you ever listen to, do you listen to hip hop at all?
Yeah, I try to.
Wait, that name is from Raekwon, the chef from Wu-Tang.
Oh, okay.
He called himself, in one of the songs, he called himself the Black Lex Luthor. So I borrowed it from him.
It's fantastic. It fits really well too, with like the whole Twitter profile and your YouTube videos.
Right. Yeah, I thought it was apropos.
How long have you been conservative?
Yeah. Being a conservative, and then, Lex Luthor in the comic books, he's an evil genius, of course, and as conservatives in this country, kind of viewed as the bad guys, anyway.
Yeah.
I felt it was fitting. That's all.
What inspired you to start speaking out on social issues?
Back when I was on Facebook, and I haven't been on Facebook a long time, a few months now. Off and on, I got into several discussion groups, and some of the discussion groups, the main one, Black Love and Unity. But what I really found in that group was a lot of intelligent discourse, and also how to really understand it from a purely logical level. Mm-hmm. So mostly I was introduced to logic and C's, and then from there I got into Stefan Molyneux, a lot of what he, YouTube page, and also stuff from Sargon of Akkad, those guys. Kind of helped me bridge the gap in my own understanding and see the fallacies in my reasoning about a lot of things.
Yeah, same here. Do you come from a family of conservatives?
My father's conservative, but as most black people
Yeah.
in this country, I grew up a Democrat, unfortunately. Which Democrats, man, if you've ever seen any pictures or been to Detroit, East St. Louis, these are Democrat-run cities, and have always been pretty much Democrat, and they look like shit. On this, but yeah, it just seems that Democrats don't know what's really going on.
Yeah.
The policies, a lot of the policies that they've instituted are really to our detriment. Clinton was in office. He's the one that really upped the police into, ghetto neighborhoods. So, we want to complain about, how police are so brutal. I mean, Clinton was actually an instrument in it.
It's has it been difficult? I grew up in a really liberal Democratic family, and it's been difficult with the way that the politics are changing recently to try to reconcile my old identity with what I know today. Have you ever had that kind of issue?
I really do have issue with it. I guess mostly I have an issue with it because of my family members being Democrats, a lot of them being Democrats and liberals. But to be honest, black people actually they have more conservative views than liberal views, if you get my drift. So that's why I kind of find it interesting that, us being more conservative culturally.
Do you have any ideas on how we can better reform the police?
I look at it this way, man. We want less broke, right? I guess that's really been what the whole Black Lives Matter movement has been about. The exposure to brutality. But when we have a group of people in this country as blacks committing 52% of the homicides over between 1980 and 2008, then most of the crime in the country is committed by black people. If you look at that statistically, and then how much the police actually are actually engaged with us, it's not a discrepancy. It's about even. So I would say if anything, we need more police. But due to the Ferguson effect, we're not going to see that. And unfortunately, police are now pulling out of neighborhoods like that. They're not policing as much. This is why the murder rate in Chicago has gone up this year considerably. Cops just don't want to put themselves in harm's way anymore.
Yeah.
Even though we really do need them in the community,
What are you?
Somebody else who made an argument. Go But
Oh, I was gonna say, what are your thoughts on BLM in general?
Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, in general, from what I can tell, my wife and I, we go back and forth about this because I think my main concern is that, you know, this whole thing was built off the issue with Trayvon Martin and Mike Brown, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you know the circumstances behind those two shootings, but initially, and I will say, George Zimmerman, I think dude is he's degenerate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, uh, he didn't have to kill that kid. Or basically what happened was he pursued him when the cops said not to, and they got into an altercation where Trayvon was kicking his ass.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to protect himself, he shot Trayvon, which was basically self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's an issue with Mike Brown where, Mike Brown was actually, trying to grab that gun from the cop. The gun discharged in the actual police vehicle. And he got on to pursue him. And, it was a whole hands up, don't shoot thing. But really, he didn't have his hands up. He charged the cop. And this is has been corroborated by eyewitness testimony. Eric Holder's DOJ, they went in there into Ferguson, and they proved pretty much that it was a systemic racism. However, they also proved that the shooting was not racist in itself.
Mm-hmm.
So BLM I think is built off of some fallacies, some very inconsistent testimonies, and a refusal to accept the actual narrative and create your own.
Mm-hmm.
So I take issue with that. So I'd rather not see. I'd rather see us fix this issue in a different way, because what BLM has done is they've caused a separate issue with people rioting all over the place every time there's a shooting. What do you think about feminism?
I think, well, it depends. Like, first wave feminism was a good thing. Second wave as well. Third wave, not so much. I don't think they tackle very important issues most of the time. And I think that in general they do more harm than good. They divide. They use bullying tactics, censorship. But at the same time, there's a lot of them that their heart is in the right place. They really do care about gender equality, and they really want to make things better for both men and women. But there's a good portion of them that are just kind of naive, ignorant.
Yeah, I issue and I take issue with feminism, especially third wave feminism, because what they've done is built a narrative that, okay, we want equality for both men and women. However, the definition of feminism is not egalitarianism.
Yeah.
So when they're talking about egalitarianism, if you want to be egalitarian, that's fine. Mm-hmm. But don't piss down my neck and tell me it's raining,
Yeah. Agreed. What is your position on gun rights?
I would prefer that they don't try to take away the rights for people to hold guns, to protect themselves. I think largely it's a bigger issue to where people are trying to amend the Constitution in a way that's it's almost totalitarian.
Mm-hmm.
To one of the more distinctive rights that that the people that actually framed the Constitution, they really wanted us to have the power to not have the governments become tyrants, because they knew how power can corrupt.
Mm-hmm.
So there's an argument here and there about the Constitution basically talk about militias. And I don't think when it says the people, I don't think they're talking about militias. They're talking about the right of every American to protect themselves, and also to protect themselves from tyranny. So, to interrupt that right, that's going to cause a massive shift in the political landscape.
Where do you see this country in 4 years?
Well, I guess it depends on which one of these candidates win.
True that.
If if Hillary Clinton clinches this thing, I think what you can expect is less jobs,
Mm-hmm.
or you might get what Obama gave us, more jobs, but only part-time, low-paying jobs. You're going to get stricter gun laws. You're going to probably see somebody. She's probably going to put somebody in the Supreme Court that is really going to affect a lot of judiciary aspects of the government within the next, 50 or so years.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very important appointment for them. So we'll see. I think if Trump gets in office, it'll look a little bit different. I think we'll get stricter immigration.
Yeah.
Our borders will be more protected. And I believe, if he has his way, he may be able to revive the economy.
Yeah.
That all depends about who he has around him and who's helping him write these policies and such. Because everybody knows, he's not a true Republican. He's not a conservative, really.
Yeah.
But we can't have Hillary in office, man. So we're at kind of at a loggerheads right now with that.
Mm-hmm. All right, here's a fun one. Who do you think would win in a fist fight, Trump or Obama?
Pretty funny. I don't know, man. Did you see that picture of Obama lifting those weights?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say Trump, man.
Yeah, you think?
I would say Trump.
I'm kind of going for Obama. The one thing I always really liked about Obama was his sense of humor. He had a really good sense of humor.
True.
Is there any other topics you want to talk about or cover?
And we covered quite a bit of what I was thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
I did a video the other day about some of my own experiences with race, and I think more or less this whole race issue, what we have to realize is that we can't have honest conversations about these topics,
Mm-hmm.
where people are really looking at not only what's being done to them, but what they're doing. As Black people, I think one of the main issues that we have in our community is that we have a very high out of wedlock rate, right? Like it's over 70%. So that being said, the number one, there are three things that can determine that you're poor in this country, right?
Mm-hmm.
One is to be a single mother. Number two is to be a criminal. And number three is not to finish high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, those things determine your poverty level. And if you look at the Black community, all of those things are in extremely high percentages. Much more than any other community. So, what I like to really bring to the forefront is just a change in our culture, because the culture is the problem.
Yeah.
It's the culture of ignorance, of this. Even when I was in high school, I don't know if you experienced it or not, or you saw any examples of it, but being smart. People were looked down, and they were made fun of. And, I was always in very smart classes. But at the same time, I was able to kind of go between both worlds because I was also really good in sports.
Mm-hmm.
But being at both ends of that spectrum, I kind of see that it's not cool to be smart for some reason.
Yeah.
Those two things right there, man. I think that's something I'd like to mention. I'll probably talk about more in some upcoming videos. But I think that's important thing, and a very important thing for us to all look at is the culture.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited. I just started following you like a week ago, and then I just found your YouTube channel, and I really like it, and I'm really excited to see more.
I appreciate that. I do play a lot of video games, so you'll see some of my videos will have a little bit of gaming in it, and
Nice.
gaming commentary, just as kind of a background noise. But I mean, honestly, when I saw your page, of course, I'm like, oh, this is very, very crisp, very nicely done. I like the setup. Your intro was awesome.
Thank you.
Being a design major, I was like, well, man, how can I do some shit like that? But
is there anything you want to say to promote your channel?
Sure. Look at my channel, The Black Lexter, YouTube. Basically, I just talk about social issues, political commentary, issues with society as a whole. I think soon I'm going to be doing just. I'm going to be taking different articles and such, and kind of dissecting them, as well as some things as far as in the media that they're talking about, giving my own spin on things. So
That'll be
should
cool.
be fun.
So check it the fuck out! Gonna edit that out.
I'm the manic depressive sound mechanic, soaking up your love like a dirty sponge. I don't like them, but I can pretend to have so much fun. Anti-social, lying commercial, beating on my head like a broken drum. I don't want them, but I can pretend to have so much fun. so impressive. Eating up your sound like a dirty love. Manic depressive, so impressive. Sucking on your thumb like a dirty bum. Manic depressive, so impressive. Eating up your sound like a dirty love.